What's up, Ferchero fam? It is officially the second day of the Las Vegas project, where essentially I'm filming videos all about the nightlife in Vegas, in addition to producing an entire album encapsulating the ambiance of the day clubs, nightclubs, and after hours clubs here in Vegas. I'm exhausted. I was at Omnia last night, obviously crazy night and everything. Today, did a bunch of good stuff today, and obviously tonight I'm going to Hakkasan, seeing Nightmare, one of my favorite DJs. I've been pre-gaming to Snails' set at EDC Vegas in 2015. One of my favorite sets by him, and obviously I had to pause it because demonetization. But anyway, it's Hakkasan night tonight. Second night in a row. I'm exhausted, but obviously it's going to be a crazy night. Hakkasan is one of the most iconic clubs, I feel like, on the Strip. It's been here a long time, right at MGM Grand, and it's going to be crazy. Officially back from Hakkasan Nightclub. It is one of the most iconic nightclubs on the entire Strip. You know, being right at MGM Grand, it's been voted one of the best nightclubs on the Strip numerous times. And obviously, Nightmare, one of my favorite DJs, absolutely crushed it last night. Now, I wish I got more footage. I only got like a few shots of the club, and you know, something's happening here and there. But also, once the craziness began, I wish I took out my phone more. But I'll be going back to Hakkasan Nightclub a little bit later on to show you how it really gets, how crazy it really gets, you know, throughout the night. Because as you know, or in case you didn't know, for a lot of nightclubs, obviously, it starts off with minimal lights and lasers and all that kind of crazy stuff. And as the night goes on, they ramp up the intensity and the energy in the nightclub. Now, for Hakkasan, I've been there a bunch of times before, as I mentioned. And for Hakkasan, right away, even before I was going to go there last night, I was like, you know what? I already know the vibe of the track that I'm going to be producing for it, and that is hands down going to be bass house. I feel like Hakkasan has, a more bass-heavy DJ lineup, you know, in terms of people like Nightmare. I saw Jaws there perform. I saw Elenium perform there. You know, there's been a bunch of other DJs, so they have a very bass-heavy kind of DJ lineup. But at the same time, obviously, given the fact that it's Vegas and you need to kind of cater to the mainstream a little bit, it is a lot of house-style music, too. And I noticed, I remember when I saw Jaws there, I think last year, when he would drop his bass house-style tracks, people responded very positively to it, which I didn't expect. I think that, I was like, oh, you know, I'm in Vegas. Bass house would be too much for the common person if they don't like electronic. But I was very surprised at how people went nuts. And granted, it could have been a lot of his fans, which makes sense. But especially last night, too, obviously, anytime a bass-heavy, you know, track would drop, people would go nuts. So I thought, you know what? Hakkasan has the kind of upbeatness and everything that house tracks go well with, you know what I mean? Obviously, it is Vegas, like I said. So you do have to play a little mainstream music, and house is kind of the mainstream subgenre of EDM. But it still has that very, very strong bass-heavy vibe. So hands down, when I'm going to produce this track, I'm thinking definitely going to be bass house. Now, the cool thing about Hakkasan, in case you've never been, is obviously you have basically two different clubs. And I mentioned this before for Omnia. You have the main club, which basically the main DJ performs. You have all basically the crazy lights, lasers, all that kind of stuff. And then when you go into the side club, it's called the Ling Ling Club. Basically, they have obviously a lot of other lounges there. Similar, like I said, to Omnia, what basically have in the heart of Omnia, the Ling Ling Club in Hakkasan is basically a club within a club, or clubception. And it has a very loungy feel, too. You know, I feel like that for some of the other nightclubs, I would keep using Omnia as an example, heart of Omnia still is pretty crazy and raging and all that kind of stuff. I find the Ling Ling Club within Hakkasan is a lot more chill. It's a lot more like, if you want to go into the action, so to speak, you can jump right in, so to speak, and party. But if you want to kind of take a step back, almost like a breather, go somewhere where your ears aren't being completely blown off by, like, you know, the entire sound system, the Ling Ling Club is kind of a core complement to that. You know, as opposed to Omnia, both places are raging and crazy, just one is more EDM, I find, and one is more hip-hop. In this case, it's very, very different, a lot more low-key, which is kind of cool, right, to kind of have that kind of duality or that balance, because obviously nightclubs are not for everyone. I love nightclubs, obviously, but definitely not for everyone, which I definitely understand. So it's kind of cool how they have that duality at Hakkasan.